We are going to start the session. Okay. Reviewing the previous thing, right? So, can you remember what we talked about in the last morning? So, yeah. Starting because otherwise we are looking late, right? So, in the last week, can you remember what we talked about? Let's discuss. We talked about the perfect combination. So, can you tell me main features that we identified in the perfect competitive market? What are the main features? Yes. We need to go through the notes because we have to go right after that. There will be extensions going to be scheduled. So therefore, while going on the discussions, the lecture, you need to read the past report before the examination. Otherwise, there is no time. Okay, so what are your 10 features that we highlighted? Yes, that the term is homogeneous product, identical product. That is most important factor, right? Because so that is the perfect approaching market. Even in the markets we classified perfect market, imperfect market, right? The perfect market, we know that's a perfect competitive market. Homogeneous product, but when it comes to the other market, sometimes they will be the identical products, but they are not perfect substitute. Right? Similar products maybe, but not perfectly substitute. That's why now we identify the differentiation, nice discrimination, and also like other markets. Any other? That is okay. That is the implication, right? As a result of these features that we discussed, finally, we see the perfectly large demand. So, apart from that, yes, the entry and exit. Right? There is no variation, right? So, exit from the market. Yes. So, large number of now infinite the private combination of large number of buyers and sellers. So that is the usually the number of sellers in the market high infinite. So implication is that's why the firm is perfectly elastic demand, right? But it should be constant, right? In such situations, right? So that means people affected by the other factors of the product. Perfect information, perfect information, right? All these things, right? Perfect information, right? Bias and sellers work with full information about the market. So that's why we know that part of that they are going to currently manipulation, right? The market price, right? Firm has to accept the price, right? They might buy the market forward, right? Market demand and supply force, right? So we identified those features and we discussed about the last time how the equilibrium is determined in a perfectly competitive market, right? So that is the maximizing output level and the price. No, all these things we can discuss under that. Right? And the main feature is what we noticed there in a perfectly competitive market. We know that we can identify short-term situation, long-term situation, no, right? In both circumstances are different. Well, in short run and the long run is two different outcomes we can see in the perfectly competitive market, right? Short run from the supernormal profit, right? Those are the abnormal gains, right? So it's average cost, right? Since the price is about the average cost of the short run situation, right? But when it comes to the long run, the firms earn normal profits, right? So normal profit means that is not the extra profits. There is no extra profit, no. But continuing the business, right? there can be sufficient earnings for the business owners as well, like profit is there, and you don't retain in the business. That's why we say the normal profit can retain. Right. So that is the situation, and then we talk about the finally, remember, right? So, we talk about the price variation of the price, right? And their impact, right? We can identify this average variable cost, average total cost, those things, right? With respect to that, we can identify the point where the firm can at which point, right? Up to what certain level, right? Firm can continue the business, right? Even though there's a decline in the price, right? Because price is determining the market, right? We know that the price can be before the longer situation, right? So normally we know that in the short run their price is very high, but when it comes in the long run, price can be decreased in the market, right? Because of the supply, right? The supply came into the market, right? And as a result of that, price decreased for the longer term. Existing firms, that's why we say normal profit. The competitive market. So that is equally contributed by this free entry and exit situation. Right? If there is free entry, other firms can enter. And then that means to extend that situation, demand, what happens to the demand? The short run and the long run, is there any change in the demand curve? How do you explain that situation in the short run and the long run? Is the increasing the supply and the demand also with the information received for the consumer. So that in that what happens, short run only the demand curve is elastic. Then later on it becomes elastic. That means short run situation there will be a relatively people know, right? But after a certain time, so becomes flatter, right? That means demand curve becomes elastic, right? So the supply also increase, right? Demand curve slope also change in the long run. No? To draw the curve, you can see price increase as a result. So that we can talk about how the firm can manage it with the price, no? Because the price is taken right from the market, right? Firms are price takers, we call it as right? Price takers, right? So that we identify the up to the average variable cost. No, that is the point where the firm can continue its business. No, when price equal average variable cost, the firm sufficiently can cover the variable cost, average variable cost. Right? Firm can continue the business. Right? The price increase below the average variable cost. Right? Firms able to discontinue production. Right? That is we identify the condition price equal average variable cost as a cut down condition. Right? So if the price is below the P2 price, right? The price is below the P2 price, no price. If it is the average revenue, marginal revenue is P1, no, reflected by the P1, no price. The firms that mean continuing the business is not profitable, right? Loss making, right? Therefore, better to close down the business, right? So there we identify the shutdown what is the point is price equal average variable cost. So that we can explain with this with the variation of the price, whether we can cover the fixed cost, variable cost, price as well, right? So fixed cost is already we incur, even though we produce, no, right? Even though we temporarily discontinue the business, no, right? Fixed cost it will be incurred, no? So already there, cost is there, no, right? So that is not a significant impact on the decision, no, right? The production decision, right? Because regardless of the produce or not, no, there is a fixed cost. We have to worry about the variable cost, no, right? day-to-day running cost. No? In other words, working in order to fund the working capital requirements of the business. No? Yes, sufficient fund. Continue the business, not right? Paying the raw material, paying the wages, not right? And the raw material cost, not right? You can incur money from those recurrent costs, not right? We can continue the business. Otherwise, we cannot solve it even if we can't pay the penalty. We can't pay, no, right? Like the government pays the last time. What's the business stream? Income stream is working. They have already the government also pay, right? So here we see firms paying, right? If we cannot cover the current cost, right? Then we better to the business, right? So that we identify shutdown condition, shutdown point, right? That is the point where price equal average variable cost, right? Right. Now we talk about that. And based on that, based on that analysis, right? So you can see, right, what happened. Now here we see the price decrease, right? It continuously decrease from P5, P2, P4, P3, P2, P1, right? In the variation of the market price, right? So this is the firm's behavior, right? But in the firm, the market, right? The perfectly competitive firm, right? So at higher price, now the P5 price, right? Firm supplies P5 quantity, right? When the price decrease up to P4, now the firm supply Q4 quantity, compared with the previous one, there is a decline in the quantity supplied by the firm. When the price reaches to the Q3, right? Firms supply Q3 amount, right? And when the price Q2 is Q2 amount, right? So like that, you can see the relationship between the price and the quantity supply by the firm, right? The supply reflect the how the variation of the prices, how much the producers willing to supply at a particular time, different prices, right? So here we see that relationship when the price decrease, quantity supply also decrease, right? So that means the marginal cost curve reflect the supply curve, right? That is the supply curve of the firm. Below the marginal cost curve, right? So if you take the supply curve above the average variable cost, right? So that is the short run supply curve of the perfectly competitive order, right? So on the marginal cost curve, right? That is the supply. We can highlight that one, right? In the variation of price and quantities, right? So you can derive the first short run supply curve, right? So the first short run supply curve, like along the marginal cost curve, right? That reflects above the average variable cost, right? Because below the average cost, there is no supply, right? So discontinue the business, right? The price below the B1, B2 price, right? So there is no supply, right? So discontinue production, right? So therefore, we take the supply curve above the average cost curve along the marginal cost curve, right? Reflect the supply curve. That we identified there, right? So one supply curve, right? Now there's a small question, right? I think you may try those things, right? Have the answers for these questions? Right? Any question now? There is one in the you have to write it? No. I need to see that picture. That's we have taken that homework. In the university, we are getting hostel, right? We have the about this. Now here you have given the perfectly competitive market total variable cost function. Right? Variable cost function is here. Right? So you need to identify the shutdown price. Very quickly, and we need EBC is 150Q minus 20Q square plus Q to the power 3. Right? That is total variable cost. The question asks the shutdown price. Okay, right. So what we have to do in order to find out the shutdown price, you must know the question given total variable cost. You need to find the average variable cost. Then shutdown point we identify point where average variable cost is minimized. At that point, the price, relevant price is the shutdown price. When the average variable cost is minimized. Right? The minimum point of the average variable cost we need to find. Right? At that point, we need to determine the price. Minimum. So what is the average variable cost? 150 minus 22 plus Q to power 2, no, right? Average variable. That is the TBC divided by output, no, right? Per unit average per unit variable cost, no, right? Average, right? That's 150 minus 22 plus Q to power 2, no, right? That is the average variable cost. We will find out the minimum point of the average variable cost, right? We need to take the first for the differentiation, right? Take the D ABC divided by DQ, not right? That is 150 20Q plus 20. Yeah. Okay. 150 minus 20Q, no, right? Plus to power 2, right? EABC 20 plus then EABC over D2 equals to 0 at the minimum point. So therefore, then the minimum point Nothing. You will get right? Yes, example 3. We have given the firm, so that's also perfectly competitive market, right? Price is paid, right? And the total cost function is given 100 plus 2Q plus 0.01 Q square, right? So the price and the cost function is given, right? Okay. Price equal 10, total cost is 100 plus 2Q plus 0.01 power, right? So the profit maximizing output level. So what is the profit maximizing output level? Is multiplication, right? We have given the price and the total cost, right? So the second question, what is the firm is in the short run or the long run equilibrium? And then you will find out the break-even output level, right? Ignore this one, like price equal to 0, right? It determine the break-even output level. And the long run break-even output level, right? And what is the firm shutdown price and the output, right? Based on the information, right? So we have given the price equal 10. Total cost function 100 plus 2Q plus 0.01 Q power 2, right? Okay, right. So first question, how we determine the profit maximizing output level? That is, you can follow either the total approach or the marginal approach. Now you are actually profit maximizing output level. Okay. Right. So if you make the marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? That is the profit maximizing that. Now we know that we have mentioned two conditions, no, right? Marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? So that and the second condition also we mentioned, no, right? Marginal cost should be rising, no, right? Second as a second point after the profit maximizing, right? So the density should be greater than n marginal, right? So that is more applicable for the perfectly competitive firm, like if there are two profit maximizing output levels, right? There are sometimes you know we talk about the perfectly competitive firm, you know that marginal revenue is a horizontal, right? Our ratio, right? There can be two output level, right? Which makes fulfill the first condition and equals the margin, right? So there, in that case, we need to propose a second condition also that we clearly can identify, right? Even in other markets also, at the profit maximizing point, right? If you look at the profit maximizing output level, the second condition also satisfied, right? But if there are two output level which satisfy the H equal MR, right? We need to go for it should be greater than MR. That the second condition also we need to check, right? Okay, right? So now here we have the things we are talking about the perfectly competitive firm. We know that price equal marginal revenue. That equals 10, right? And the marginal cost equals to 2 plus 0.02, right? So you can correct if I have made any mistakes here, right? So profit maximizing means the 10 MR, MC should be equals to MR, right? So then you can find out the profit maximizing output level. That is 400, right? First question asks profit maximizing output, no, right? So that is profit maximizing output, right? Then 400, right? So output. So then the question asks whether the firms operating in the short run or the long run, no, right? So we know that in the short run situation, perfectly competitive firm earns a normal profit, no, right? But if you come to the long run situation, firms earn normal profits, no? Then we have to check whether this the profit, no, right? We need to identify whether there is a profit or not, no, right? Right. So now here we need to find out the profit function then, okay? PR minus DC. The total revenue is 10. Total revenue is 10, no, right? Right. Okay. The TR equals price into quantity, no? Minus DC means 100 minus 20 minus 0.01. The profit function, okay. That we need give minus 100 minus 0.01. So this is the profit. Now, if you rearrange this one, normally we write it, you know, like minus 0.01 power 2 plus 3 minus 100. Right. That is our profit function, right? So we need to find out the profit. We need to substitute 400, no, right? And find the profit, no, right? minus 1,600, right? So you can do it, right? Thousand 500, right? Profit. 1,500 is the normal, right? That is the normal profit, right? So, what's the rate in the short run, right? What's the rate in the short run, right? Right. The firms operating the short run cycle, right? Okay. So then, what is break even? Break even point. Break even point. That is point where no profit. That means no profits, no zero profits, no. Right? So that means when total revenue equal total cost, no. Right? There are cost management accounting use some other calculation to take into contributions, no, right? Right. Can calculate the break even, no, right? Fixed cost divided by the contribution, no, right? Those could be started, no, right? So now here we take the total revenue and the total cost, right? So at the break even point, we know that total revenue equals to total cost, right? I think now in the break even, take the total revenue curve, right? They know that was this three, right? Total cost curve was these points, right? This is the TR, this is PC, right? So these are the break even points, right? Break even point. So in total revenue equal total cost, right? So now here we take the TRPC, right? Same thing, right? Once we, if you equate these total revenue and the total cost functions, right? You can come with this, right? Yes. Total revenue, FU, total cost, 100 plus Q plus 0.012. Yeah. You take this one, take the, get the 0.012 square minus 1. But 8 plus the 8 minus equals to 0. Right? So how we find out this kind of fun when we solve this kind of equation? And we discuss mathematics now. I did discuss mathematics. How we do this? Solve this. What that is for? So you know you can use this no right? So this is A, no, right? This is A. This is B. This is B, not right? So it's, now you have you get plus or minus, no, right? Two answers, no, right? Yes. Minus C means minus 8. Plus or minus. minus 8. Yeah. That's 4. A means minus 0.01. A means oh, here, this is the one, all right. So we give it 0.01 u to power 2, right? We take that one, take right? Therefore, can do it, right? We can simplify the list. Put into a minus 0.01. 01. Become minus 4, right? So they take it like this. They will take it there. Now we will find x, two answers, no? Right? So plus or minus 8. So we get two answers, right? Then, right? Take even, you can solve it, right? Find the take even, right? You have to take the positive one, no? Right? Take even output, right? Right? If you want, right? And ignore one, right? Take one, take the positive one, and take even output, right? You can solve it, right? Take either this one is right, and the load run break even output level. Why the load run? Load run. What's the load run situation? The perfectly, yeah, the perfectly competitive markup, right? So don't write as it is, right? You can write it if there is a mistake, right? Correct, right? There are only one of the right the difference, right? Can you see your way, right? So you know this minus e plus or minus e and minus 480, that formula you know, right? So that formula, you know that formula, right? We have a quadratic function of right? It can do the other method if we can take the answer right. Right. Okay, right. So then, what is the load run? You can do it, right? We right find the determine the short run. Sorry, break even output level, right? So don't think about this price equals 0, right? So right, price equals 0, that is confusing, right? There is a mistake there, right? Right. So what is the load run break even? Load run break even is what? In a perfectly competitive firm, load run situation. What is the load run situation? What is the load back situation? You must say the nodes that come, no, right? What is the load back situation? The load back situation, no, right? So normal profit, no, right? So this is the load back, right? Load back, we know that price equal, revenue equals, marginal revenue equals, average cost, right? All of things are equal, right? The load back price, right? So the price equal average cost, right? Load back, right? Normal profits, right? The price equal average revenue, average cost, right? So we have given this total cost function, no, right? Total cost function is given 100 plus 2q plus 0.01 q. Yeah, right. So then average cost is 100 divided by q, no, right? Plus 2 plus 0.01 q, no, right? So that is the average cost, right? The load back point is minimum point of the average cost, right? So then we can write different average cost, that q to power minus 1, no, right? So we can take it that way, right? Then BSAA over DQ. First, we need to find the minimum point of the average cost. That is the, in other words, that is the break even point. Total break even point. That is the minimum point of the average cost. Total average cost. Right? Okay. In order to find the minimum point, we differentiate those, right? Minus 100 to power minus 2 plus 0.01, right? Minus into minus 1 into 100 minus 100 1 minus 1 plus minus 1 minus 1, no, exactly minus 2. So then we pick up here, we are simply place 1, no, right? You know how to do this, right? 1 into 0.01 0.01 q to power 1 minus 1, no, right? Q to power 0 means 1, no, right? That means 0.01, right? So that is the average cost minimizing point, right? We need to, at the minimum point, we need to know that slope is 0. No? Therefore, we need to equate with 0, no? Right? Minus 100. Let's see. How much of output level? How much? Quickly, you have the calculators and so on. Scientific, you have the scientific calculators. Right? Just get it, answer with it. Economics now we know that even though you carry out every graphs and so on, right? There's a separate subject, econometrics, mathematical economics. Right? All things we can explain mathematically. Like all these concepts, utilities, difference curves, demand supply, you know, all the things. Look there, right? Using mathematics, right? There's a high level, we can study mathematical economics. Can be masters in economics, right? Main economics, right? Can do mathematical economics, right? You can follow those complicated models of mathematics. Also, we talk about equilibrium, right? So we can identify those maximizing point for these things mathematically, right? So that's why I use this quadratic forms on linear functions, right? And power functions we get there, right? We need to deal with the power functions, right? We can't have the whole time the linear functions, right? Power functions are there, right? We need to solve those things, right? Right. What is the answer? 100. 100 is correct. What the answer 100? Is 100 minus this is 100 minus 100 divided by Q2 means now Q is how much? How is it Q2? Plus 0.01. 160 longest. You solve this one. Minus taking that side and you can do the cross multiplication, no, right? You can find the Q, no, right? You correct 100. Answer closing about 100. No. That's your answer. Carefully. Any other answer, different answer? Can check it with the others, right? You can do it quickly, right? Yeah. Right. What is the answer you got? Point 31.6, another answer. Next one. Oh, it's if you give this multiplication, if you take this one into this side, become minus 0.31, right? Q to power 2 minus 0, then plus. Ten thousand, no, right? Square root take. As scientific, you can take 10,000 but square root. Standard, no, right? 10,000, right. That is the answer, right? So that is so this is the profit, the minimum point of the average cost, right? So the price, you can take the price, right? Substitute into the what is the question, right? But in the long run, they given output level and the price. They given output level is 100. Price how much? Ten into 100 into our price is, you have given the price 10 to how much? Break even to so we calculate the price? Yes. Price is 4. Okay. And average cost equal price, no, right? Average cost equals price, no, right? Can substitute this the function, no, right? 1 plus 2 plus, no, right? 1 plus 2 plus 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1, right? 4, no, right? Price is 4, right? To work, answer those who work price 4. Answer those who indicate price 4. Answer those who neutral. We need to substitute this because price equal average cost, no, right? This function, right? Can take this is say 1, 2, 1, and 2, right? So then what is the shutdown price? So, shutdown price. How we calculate? I'm not going to do that one, right? So we have given the total cost function, no, right? From here you can find the variable cost, no, right? The variable cost function, no, right? Average, we need to take the average variable cost then, no, right? Divided by Q, right? Then find the shutdown price, no, right? Price equal average variable cost, okay? Right. So that can do it, right? So that is the we will to the next topic, change time. We are going to talk about the other market, right? We have other market structures, right? Now, market structures normally we classify into perfect market, no, right? Perfectly competitive market into perfect market, right? All other market other than the perfect is called it as imperfect market, no, right? Those are the market structures we can find other extreme case with the monopoly, right? Right. That is the extreme case, right? And other two cases, right? Monopolistic competition and oligopoly, right? So those are the, as we mentioned, those are the market situations in between the monopoly and the perfectly competitive market, right? Right. So we are going to talk about the imperfect market. And the imperfect market, right? So that is the situation where we have the imperfect competition, right? Imperfect market is characterized as imperfect competition. Imperfect competition. So what is imperfect competition? Okay, right. So now it's what is imperfect competition? Imperfect situation, right? That is imperfect market. Mainly we talk about is perfect competition. With it, we have the perfect competition, right? Other extreme is the monopoly, right? So basically we identify this is as a perfect market. Situation. Mainly we identify this monopolistic competition or oligopoly, right? Oligopoly, right? So that's basically these two markets characterized as imperfect competition, right? These situations, right? The imperfect situation, imperfect competition means what? Basically, can ignore the monopoly, right? That is in this situation, right? Other market basically we see the imperfect competition, right? Basically. So imperfect competition means we are trying to, so now we take the market, oligopoly market, right? Few firms operate. Even in the monopolistic competition, there are firms, but there is a competition among the firms, right? For what? To protect their market share, no, right? Here, firms try to protect their market shares, take market there, their own market share, right? And also try to drag the market share from others, right? So those firms try to drag the market, right, from the others, right? There we see the imperfect competition, right? So that is we call it as strategic behavior, right? Strategic behavior. Firms have a strategic behavior, right? Especially the monopolistic competitive firms, oligopoly, right? This is the strategic behavior, right? They want to protect their own market share and also increase the market share, or drag the market share from the others, right? That is the imperfect competition, right? So, with the imperfect competitions, we see those things, right? Basically, what kind of strategies they use, right? So there is some strategic behavior under the some instruments also they use, right? Some instruments. Right. Now, if we take the prices of the effective instrument, we come to the oligopoly. Right? They use non-price instruments. Right? Maybe the after the services, no giving like that, keep the customers and track the market. Right? So we see such things, right? Some instruments, both firms use some instruments, right? Yes. Now, each firm produce what type of food? Similar goods, no? Right? Holistic competition, no? Products are similar, but not perfectly substituted, right? Each firm are using similar products. And also each firm has significant market share. Significant market share, no? Right? Has significant market share, right? So that is the imperfect market, the imperfect competitive situation, right? So they have the significant market share, right? And firms try to track that, even though they have significant market share, always firms try to firms. And it clear to you, right? My writings. Firms try to increase the market share, right? Increase the market share, right? And that's why they use these strategies, no, right? In order to track the market share, in order to increase the market share, maybe sometimes price is not an effective tool of that. So they use non-price, sometimes non-price instruments, right? In order to increase the market share. So that is the important competition. This is the important market, right? The situation, right, that we can identify as imperfect competition, right? Mainly, we identify the imperfect market, right, in between the perfect competition and the monopoly market, right? This is the market situation that we can observe, right, between the two extreme case, right, monopoly and the perfect competition, right? The imperfect market, right? So now we are going to talk about this monopoly, right? Then later on, we identify is the monopolistic competitive and the oligopoly market, right? So those firms actually have the imperfect competition, right? So in the monopoly case, there is no competition, no, right? Right? There is no competition, no, right? Because only one firm. Right? There is no imperfect competition even, right? Because many product or homogeneous products, no, right? So, in the firm operating in the market and the industry, right? Therefore, there is no imperfect competition. Imperfect competition we can observe in the monopolistic competitive market and the oligopoly situation. That's why we identify this strategic behavior also in such market situation, right? In order to protect their market and increase the market share, right? Strategic behavior, right? Right. So we are going to talk about that, right? Now, what is the first one? First extreme, second extreme case, right? First extreme is perfect competitive, right? Now we are going to talk about second extreme, monopoly, right? So, like we mentioned, like in the monopoly, they have the monopoly powers, no, right? The monopoly firm has monopoly powers, right? Uh, Absolute power, right? To produce and the sell product in the market, right? The monopoly firm experience, right? Absolute power, right? So, no substitutes, no, right? Substitutes, cannot say the substitutes, no, in the market, right? Unique products, no, right? There are substitutes that create competition, no, right? Here, no substitute, no, right? So, that's why we identified in this product. And the single producer produced, no, right? And there's a completely barriers to enter into the market, no, right? Restrictions are there, right? So those are the three features that we can identify in a monopoly, no, right? One is the single supplier, no, right? Single producer, and the no substitutes, no, and the entry is impossible, no, right? So those are the three features that we observe in a monopoly. To be a monopoly, these three features should be there. Right? So now there are entry restrictions, right? Maybe sometimes those use the legal restrictions, right? Sometimes there may be agreement with the government, right? So then other firms can't enter into the market, right? Legal restrictions, right? There is complete barrier, right? Firms enter into the market, right? So there are such agreements, right? During the agreement period, no one can enter into the market, right? We also observe that situation, right? Now also government gives some permissions, right? Right? To operate in the market, such kind of entitlements, right? Once they get that create a monopoly situation, right? And there may be natural barriers, right? Naturally, right? Some monopolies created, right? Natural monopoly, right? Because of the raw material, resource availability, right? Some countries we take, right? If we take the oil producing countries, right? Because of the oil, right? They have the power, right? Countries now, once they put together this, I mean, like the harder gate, right? Okay, right? And it is, right? So all the member countries under one flag, they operate, right? They get one control the market, right? Right? Oil producing countries, right? So they create the monopoly, right? Right? So if there are raw material requirements, right? Such things, right? They create monopoly situation, right? Right. So if you look at other causes, what are the causes? Mainly, as you mentioned, is legal factors, right? Regulatory factors create monopoly situation, right? Natural factors create monopoly situation. And sometimes the capital requirements, right? And invest huge capital, right? Some industries, right? Very few can fulfill, right? Such capital requirements. So that create monopoly situation, right? Take cheap buildings, right? And the patent rights, right? You invent a product, right? You think, right? You will get the first mover advantage, right? You get the right, right? Legal, right? You have the patent right, right? To produce, right? You invent the product. Innovate. The innovation, right? Innovator can take the monopoly power, not right? With the patent rights, right? And sometimes strategies, not right? That we use, not right? That also has some control the market, not right? So maybe the leader, not right? There is only this strategies, not right? And we see with the strategies of the firm, right? There are behind the monopoly in the duopoly market. If there are two firms operate, duopoly market, right? One is the leader, other one becomes the follower, right? Follower is the leader's strategies, right? And this strategies follow, right? So that is the leader takes the control of the market, right? And the follower follows the leader, right? Leader follower framework, right? Strategies of the leader will have a significant impact market, right? So sometimes this monopoly situations, right? Create to the strategy of the firm, right? They may acquire the other firms, right? Right? Strategically, they can leading to, right? Control the market. So such situations also can be forced to create monopoly situations. Right? Those are the factors, right? So legally contribution, contributed factors are there, right? Regulatory framework, regular factors, also ownership, right? Is the capital requirements, nature of the capital requirement, right? First mover advantage, right? And the strategy by the firm, right? That may control the entire market situation, right? So that may create the monopoly situation. Okay. Right. Now when it comes to the monopoly, right? So first thing is we have to look at now we studied about the perfect competitive market, the demand curve first. Right? There we see the shape of the demand curve is the perfect competitive market. You see horizontal demand curve, right? Perfectly elastic demand. But when it comes to the monopoly, what sort of demand curve is there? Because monopoly has the control over the market. But in perfect competition firm has no control over the market. Right? So that's why the price is constant in such perfect competitive market. Right? Because no one can influence the market debate of the from the with all the suppliers, right? And also the buyers. From the market demand and supply force. Right? But when it comes to the monopoly, there is no, you cannot differentiate market and the firm, right? For the industry and the firm, right? The industry and the firm is same, right? Only one firm, right? Industry also inside that particular firm, right? Therefore, so in monopoly case, right? Demand curve is normally monopoly firm face downward sloping demand curve, normal demand curve. There exists inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demand. Right? Why? That's a demand. Monopoly firm place. Because monopoly can control the market, right? So you can firm can control the market, right, by limiting the supply, right? That is only firm operating the market, right? The firm can limit the supply, price may increase, right? If they increase the supply, price may decrease. One factor is determined by the market forces. Right? So that's why the monopoly firm is downward sloping demand. Right? They can control either price or the quantity using the monopoly power. Right? Both cannot be controlled at a time. Right? One factor we control, and another thing is determined according to the market. So that's why downward sloping demand curve, right? So that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity, unlike the perfectly competitive supply. So the shape of the demand curve, right, is the main factor, no, right? And that is similar to all other imperfect markets, no, right? All other imperfect markets is in the downward sloping demand curve, right? Right. If you compare the monopoly, imperfect market and the perfect competition, right? So that is the difference, no? All the imperfect markets, downward sloping demand curve, right? But in the perfectly competitive firm, we see horizontal demand curve, right? Here, downward sloping demand curve explain the price maker firm, no? Right? Earlier, the case is price taker firm, no? Perfectly competitive firm. Here, price maker first, no? Right? Monopoly is the price maker, no? Right? It will determine the price based on the market power, right? Right? So that is the case, right? So using the monopoly power, can control the market anytime, right? Mainly fix the price, no, by controlling the supply, no, right? Right. Since the firm is only supplying the market, no, right? So that's why we call it as price maker firm, right? So we can differentiate, right? Price taker, price maker, no? Perfect elastic demand curve here. Normally, in the monopoly case, we see somewhat relatively steeper demand curve, no? Right? Firm has some control over the price, no? Right? Steeper downward sloping demand curve, right? Right. Now we discussed about this one, right? When you talk about the can recall in the previous discussions, right? Average revenue, marginal revenue, no, right? When you talk about the revenue theory, right? So we know that in a downward sloping demand curve situation, no, right? Demand curve explain the average revenue, no, right? That equals to the price, no, right? And see the more steeper average revenue curve, that means the demand curve, no, in the monopoly case, no, right? So if you take the price function, right, that is the inverse demand function, no, right? Price equal A minus BQ, no, right? We know that demand function, direct form, indirect form, no, right? So this is the indirect form, no, right? Normally, we want to calculate the total revenue, marginal revenue, right? We need to take the inverse demand function, no, right? Price function, no, right? So if we take the price function as A minus BQ, no, that explains the downward sloping, no, right? Negative slope. So how we calculate the total revenue? Price into quantity, right? So we can express the total revenue, right? Total revenue equal price into quantity, no, right? Price is A minus BQ, right? Substituting that one, Q into A minus BQ, right? So the total revenue is AQ minus BQ square. We simplify this equation, right? Okay. So that is the total revenue function. So marginal revenue means top of this total revenue, right? BTR over BQ, right? So that means A minus B to BQ, right? So that is the marginal revenue we derive based on the price function, right? Price function or the demand function or the slope here, price function is the A minus BQ. The slope is B, no, right? This function slope is B. But if we take the marginal revenue function, the slope 2BQ, no, 2B, no, right? So slope is O is B, no, right? More significant, no, right? Such a function. normally, so compared with the demand function, the twice steeper, right? Than the demand function. Higher function for marginal revenue. And the average revenue that equals to price, not right? You know that, right? This average revenue means total revenue divided by the quantity, right? That is the per unit revenue, right? So that means Q divided by Q, right? So that means average revenue equals price, right? Price is A minus EQ, right? The demand equal average revenue, that is equals to price, right? And but the marginal revenue here different, right? So in the perfectly competitive world, marginal revenue equals to the average revenue, right? That in turn equals to the price as well, right? But here the marginal revenue is deeper curve than the demand curve, right? So that is the case, right? So you remember, right? Yeah. This is the demand curve, right? That is the average revenue. Price, right? This is the marginal revenue. Point deeper curve, right? Revenue, right? So revenue, right? Revenue is maximized, right? Marginal revenue is zero, right? So if we take history area, right? With the ER over DQ is positive, right? At this point, ETR over DQ equals to zero, right? So then after that, you take the DTR over DQ, that is negative, right? So that's why we have the negative marginal productivity after it, right? It is the maximum point, the total revenue maximized at this point. So that means marginal revenue equals to zero. And the average revenue, that is equals to price as well, right? Here we put the total revenue, right? Price equals what is the price. We can take the demand function, downward sloping demand function, no, right? So that explains the negative relationship between the price and the quantity demand, no, right? So this is the normally we see the steeper demand curve, right? Relatively steeper demand curve in normal case, right? And the marginal revenue curve is more steeper curve, right? Normally twice steeper than the demand curve, right? So, we take this. That is the we identified, right? So we have the total revenue function, you can take the marginal revenue function, right? Based on that, right? And price function equal time. And determine this output level. The price level, right? Okay. That we discussed last time, right? Now we can quickly move on, right? Right. That's a downward sloping demand. Revenue curve is the based on that, right? And I can find this. And then we can Again, I guess normally we know that it is like the positive marginal level, right? Output level, maximize profits, not right? At least positive marginal level region, right? Normally the monopoly firms produce positive region, right? So we get the elasticity there. The elasticity is greater than 1, right? Elastic region. Because when the drop marginal level equals to 0, if you touch the demand curve, right? At that point, we can identify later that earlier we identified that elasticity equals to 1, right? Right, elastic. Right? So that is the middle point of the demand curve, right? So we can identify this elastic region, inelastic region. Once we identify we did an elastic point, right? So normally the monopoly firm values in the elastic region. That's why monopoly firm supernormal profit, right? Monopoly power, right? Right. Okay, is it clear? Now the monopoly short run, monopoly equilibrium, right? So we can discuss the monopoly equilibrium, right? Now you know this curves, right? Now we know the average cost curve, right? So this is the demand curve, right? Normal demand curve, right? Equal AR, right? And the marginal revenue curve, right? Price is deeper than the demand curve, right? And the average, normally in the short run, actually firms that charge price even, right? So normally the short run, the long run situation, right? On per profits, right? So this is the average cost curve, right? And the marginal cost curve goes to minimum point, right? The profit maximizing condition is NC equal MR, right? So this is the MR curve, right? So this is the NC curve, right? So at the middle point, right? At the intersection point, right? So that is the MC equal MR, right? So that is the profit maximizing output level. QM is the profit maximizing output level. If you touch the demand curve, you can see the price charged by the monopoly firm. PM is the price charged by the monopoly firm for run. And if you touch the average cost curve and see the cost, right? EC is the average cost in producing this QM amount output. Right? So in the short run, we know that price is above this average cost, right? And this is the supernormal profit traded area. Normally the is the short run and then right output level in the elastic region, right? Price charge in the elastic region, right? But supernormal profit. And it's a supernormal profit. So we can calculate even this profit, right? You know these values, right? Multiplied by the quantity, not right? Then I divide this area, right? That of the supernormal profit. Right? And the average cost is, you know that, right? Minimize the marginal cost curve goes to the minimum point of the average cost curve, right? So this is the cost, average cost minimize at the QC output level, right? But the monopoly firm produce not the minimum point of the average cost, right? Somewhat above the minimum point of the average cost. So this is right? Right. Using the monopoly power, right? So since the monopoly firm experience the monopoly power, right? So we can control the market, right? The firm not worry about the cost, cost minimizing, right? So normally, producing at the minimum point of the average cost. So yeah, actually, it is the efficiency, right? Okay. And it will take this blue area, right? What is the consumer surplus and the producer surplus? This. Can you explain what is the consumer surplus? Once there is a price is determined, benefits pass to the consumer surplus, no? Right? And once the price, now this market price is the PN, right? Once the price is there, right? The benefit pass to the producer is the producer surplus, right? Now, normally we know that above the market price, within the market price, right? The area, what is it? Okay. Whole area. That is the consumer surplus, right? So the producer surplus means now this is the MC equal MR at this point, right? You take this, you take the cost here, right? From here, right? From here, right, up to this point. So that is the producer surplus, right? Now in blue shaded area, because they are not producing at the minimum point even, right? Somewhat above average cost, right? So the cost indicated on the allocation of higher price, right? That means the allocation resources is more taken, right? Blue area represents the social cost, right? Blue area represents the social cost. That is called a weight loss, right? No one gets anything, right? Because this is the minimizing output level, but firms produce at given level, right? That is not the cost minimizing level, right? There is a misallocation of resources, right? DC, right? Short run, right? Due to misallocation of resources, the social cost arrives, right? Part of the social cost which bear by the consumer and the part of producer as well, right? That is from the no one. Earlier, if we take this point, this thing point, right? This price. So that is something that was minimized and level, right? That is fair, right? Here, cost rise because of this higher output level design, not the cost minimizing point, right? So this new area represents the welfare loss, right? Weight loss, right? Right. Can identify the consumer surplus and the producer surplus, the profit, right? And the weight loss, social cost. Right? Okay, is it clear? Any questions? Yeah, that is a short run situation, right? So what is the long run, right? The long run situation. Now, in the long run, in the perfectly competitive market, you may remember firms producing at the minimum point of the average cost, right? There is efficiency, resource allocation, right? The firms earn normal profit, right? The long run, perfectly competitive. So in the long run, in the monopoly firms, right, there is no difference between the short run and the long run. Even in the long run, firms earn so for normal profits, right? So long run, we saw on the average of the right. Can be of right curve, right? And this is the marginal cost curve, right? MC equal MR at this point, right? At the Q output level. So you see, right? They are also there, right? So price, the K denotes the price charged by the monopoly, right? The average cost also is times N, right? And there we see K minus 1 is to Q, the profit generated, right? But in the long run, we see generate profit. So, produced of the even in the lower time produced of the minimum point of the average cost, right? At this point, right? Minimum point is here, right? But produced at this point, right? It's about the minimum point, right? Same mesh, the short run. In short run and the long run, supernormal profits, right? Abnormal profits, right? The monopoly case, right? And this is the short run average cost, short run marginal cost, right? And average revenue and right. Okay, there are now you can right, we can discuss quickly, right? So some types of monopolies, right? That there are, as we mentioned, the causal factors that create the monopoly situations, no, right? We can identify based on that is the monopoly, sometimes legal monopoly, natural monopoly, sometimes social monopolies, no, right? And the voluntary monopolies, right? So the natural monopoly means naturally arise because of this availability maybe not right. Those factors contribute, right? Basically the raw material, those endowment, right? So, and this is that's a factor that can determine the natural monopoly, right? And uranium, right? Suppose the valuable things, right? Resources are available. Based on that, that create the monopoly situation from countries, not right even. And the trademarks is copyrights, patent, right? That is something you get legally, not right? Legal monopoly, no, right? And the social monopoly means especially these public utilities, right? We take the electricity, maybe, transport, maybe, right? Right? So those utilities of these European countries provided by the government, right? That also create a monopoly situation, right? Water supply, the public utilities, electricity, transport, right? All these. And the voluntary monopoly, right? What is it? Voluntary. Rival firms in the industry may join and start. So that means initially there may be a competitive situation, right? But due to the arrangement made by the firms, in the industry, right? They form the monopoly situations, right? Monopoly organizations, right? Forming some with the agreements, cartels, no, right? Likewise, no, right. So that is voluntary monopoly, no, right? This example is okay, no, right? That is not functioning now, no, right? Because member countries, they do their own way, right? It's not the common agreements, no, right? So in order to function as a voluntary monopoly, no, right? All the countries who form this cartel or maybe the union, right? Functions according to common rules, no, right? If countries perform, they function in their own way, right? So that means the cartel or this agreement will not operate, right? That they change the market, no, right? Supply, no, right? So they cannot control the market. That situation, right? So that is more voluntary monopoly, right? We don't create a monopoly, voluntary monopoly, right? All these firms, those who get together, right, function according to the common rules and regulations, right? So that is a voluntary monopoly, right? So we can identify those things. So types, different types of monopolies, right? Okay. Okay, right. So then we will talk about advantages and the disadvantages, right? So we'll take a break, right? Last time we did take a break, right? Right. Right. And so at 11 today, I have to now I will stop to 11 today, right? 11, 10, 11, 15, right? Okay. Okay, and the other thing is, right? Next week we have to institute test, definitely, right? Because last week I was unable to fix the paper because of this. Other question. Next week, 9 o'clock, has been promised, right? The institute. So meantime, you need to submit your assignment also, right? So all these things you need to finalize. Right? Have we make to go, right? Okay, and you can take a small break, right? And they can, at least for me, because marking you such and say the outcome also is we can give that's a matter because I have to get okay, English that anything. You mean the segments?
Yeah.
Two percent. crisis.
Yeah.
And not the crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah, crisis.
Definitely that how to these sectors. Yeah. So then we identify the 5 sectors such as household and metropolitan sectors. So then after that, we sectors, how is the current crisis effect for them and how to overcome the economic crisis. Like
So how we link the business again?
Regarding the inflation and unemployment, we can influence the GDP such as like
That means you make it the real way. Business is small. And you can make the business economics that's more also people discussions that could be economics as it's more think that economic theory is there. Under that economic theory, you talk about the temporal area that's and they are trying to link it that's a bit more complicated. Business economy. Need to talk about the economic demand discussion. I think we need to highlight the business areas and progress there. We need to link the business economy to this macro area. Even the business economy. That's all. Just to link the macro and this something we have like that means we will talk about the impact of macro and prices and so but you only put in business I don't think that. Last week, we see the everything like last week, on the one question when you are doing the instinctive in other courses, have you done the MCQs?
yeah, only for the reasons of economics.
This is how you
Madam gave the papers physically.
Physically.
Yeah, for Indian class physically and for online students, she has uploaded another paper for them.
that is physical. It is the beyond your side. Can you do it easy? Facility is available or is the internet can you use it? All of you can do this. Because if you can arrange that way, it's convenient. You can see the outcome also at the end of the thing. I also can evaluate you like the answers and all the things generate through the system. That's it. can plug into your laptop and so on.
there's some issues.
Marketing start here.
And we talk about we arrange the LMs. Online test. You can start right. Yeah, I'm not with the time, right? Now the MCQ, right? So you can we will add it on online platform. Right? You can complete the laptops and so on here. Right? So we'll arrange that page. Because it's easy for you also, right? And the cost also from the feedback can be minimized. No? As economics, we will need to minimize the cost. No? Right? Right? So we'll make it online. Okay. That's half an hour. It's online also. They say that we will consider case by case. Just half an hour now. I think the LMX on the internet facility, you can use it, no, right? From here, right? So maybe I will ask from the Sukul, he also suggest me to apply. So that's also convenient, right? Physical, right? Even though physical is given to you, right? Different papers will given to you, right? You get different paper, right? But there is the but we make it online, then you can do it online or quickly, right? Okay. So you can complete your laptops. And you can see your marks also, right? The performance also, right? At the end, right? Marks will something at the end, right? I see the open book. Open book. Yes. You can take it, if you go something, right? Right? But we have half an hour, right? You need to answer 25 questions. Why? What is it? So it's one question now. 1 minute, that means some questions you can do it very quickly, right? Without wasting 1 minute even, right? Huh? 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we talk about now having the online platform, right? You need to come with your laptop and so on, right? That way, we can be like the median and addition, no, right? Cost also minimize, right? Labor cost. Okay, sometimes like, no, right? You also can see your progress, right? Once you finish, okay. We'll make it online, right? Right. Anyway, don't worry about the half an hour, 25 questions, right? So, anyway, I will arrange that, right? Something. Take much time, you are running, like you can answer that. But you know, you need ready for the entry, you know, right? You need to refer the previous materials, right? Some text that we recommend, we need to refer those things, okay? Now, 3 times, we'll see any, whether you refer the materials, I don't have any assurance about this, right? You are coming, right? Without referring your materials. Right? Ready for that. Right? It's ready for the exam. You have referred the up to last week discussion, no, right? That we talk about up to the competition that we talk about the last week, right? Question will come. That can. Right. Okay, we're going to we'll discuss some advantages, right? And the disadvantages, monopoly, right? What are the advantages? First point, the monopoly, right? We know that these monopolies are large scale firms, no, right? You can remove actually even some questions, no, right? Because I have to prepare some questions and for you to find. Then we will randomly get some questions, right? So, 50, 60 questions I have to prepare. So from that you will get different, you get different questions, like depending on your lucky, no, right? Star, you will get from right, like very easy question, right? That depends on your star, right? So if you can, you can move you can see questions here, no, right? Right. Okay, so silver, no, right? So questions are given, right? Ideas, right? The model concept theories and the idea that we talk about, no, right? For area that we focus, right? So, you can actually answer the question. Now, this is the final decision, right? So, next week we will have the test unlike that. It comes with clear on that. So, open loop, right? It's start so now, one advantage here, now we are talking about the advantages of monopoly firms, no, right? So one thing is large scale firms, no, right? So the monopolies, you know that only single firms operating in the industry, no, right? In order to fulfill the vehicle requirements of the particular industry, right? So normally, those firms are large scale, right? Large scale productions, no, right? So some economies of scales also there, no, right? Even though the monopolies produce not at the minimum point, right? So there is a possibility to minimize the cost, no, right? We can argue, no, right? When we say the pros and cons, right? Positives and the negatives, right? We can argue both sides, no, right? Right. So we can say since it's a large scale, some benefits are passing, no, right? So firms can produce at a lower cost, right? But minimizing, right? Some sort of lower cost. Right? That's generate the economics of scale, no, right? And the profits, no, right? Those firms earn high profits, no, right? Supernormal profit, regardless of the time period, no, right? Short run or the long run, no, right? We know that profits, those are the earnings, no, of the business, no. If they can retain the business, no, right? And that can be used for more research and development, no, right? So those earnings, no, profit, no, right? Generated, right, can be used for the research and development activities even, no, right? So that will provide more benefit to the society, no, right? The consumers, right? By providing maybe quality products, no, right? Right? So the as an outcome of the research and development, no, right? Innovative products, right? And the other one is these firms. These one side, these firms are large scale, right? Well established, no, right? No, right? So they can firms can easily raise the capital, no, right? From the banks, no, right? So if we ask the loan from the banks, no, right? So many questions asked, right? Because the banks have no assurance, right? Because our credit worthiness, our past records, right? But these are well established firms, right? So the banks is also provide the facilities, lending. So those firms can easily acquire the lending facilities to the banks, right? Financial institutions, right? And for the development of their products, right? So there is no limitation in raising capital of these firms, right? Especially when it comes to the monopolies scale, right? Well established, right? Right. So that also we can say as an advantage, right? And public utilities, when it comes to the public utilities, right? How we know that there's a social monopoly, right? There are arguments, right? Especially in the developing countries, education, health, right? Those should be provided by the government, right? Because these are the, we call it as, especially the education, health, those are the merit goods, right? We call it as merit goods, right? Because work providing to the society is higher than the work provided to the individual, right? Once you get the education, right? Even you study, you do this, invest this degree, right? How much you spend? 1 million, 2 million, right? Really, right? So that's investment you get, right? For your own benefit, you do it, right? But you graduated, right? To provide service to the society, right? Society benefit for a longer period. The benefit part to the society is higher than benefit, right? Your own benefit, private benefits. Social benefit is higher, right? So you provide your service, expertise to the society, right? Once you graduated, right? So that means social benefits are high, right? So therefore, such services should be provided by the government, right? That's why I was saying the social monopolies, right? So because private sector profit oriented, right? Sometimes that is the argument, right? Even though, right? So you are in the private sector institution, right? So many people deprived, right? If it is privately provided, right? All the people are equally not affordable, right? Right? So in such case, right? That's why education, especially, right? Either social monopolies, right? And other public utilities, even if you take the electricity, right? There are arguments, right? Privatization, right? And this water supply maybe, right? Even petroleum, right? Yeah, right? There are arguments, right? So, how we know the situation, right? How with this competition, right? In order to be competition now, some of these oil stations handed over to the companies, right? How the company is going to take the price daily, right? Right now the CPC, some of these outlets, they cannot compete with this for it first, right? There are profits margins, right? That they are seriously affected, right? Likewise, right? So that is the situation, right? There are the even some of these process when we are privatized. You have to think about twice, right? Right. So anyway, this social monopolies, right? Maintaining as the government authority is beneficial to the society, right? Once it comes to this situation, that's what. And the short-term monopolies, right? Actually, sometimes monopoly is created for a short-term period for a particular business, right? So that create that encourage the competition, right? So this is short-term, right? So others will look at the industry, right? And they may try to enter into the industry, right? Since it is short term, right? So after that, other firms can start, right? In the industry, that encourage profit, right? And also the, uh, the long-term interest of the customers, right? Can be fulfilled, right? So, because at the short run, so they may show the high profits, right? Through the short-term monopolies, right? So that will give to the outside, right? Enter into the market, right? So they can enter into the market because the nature of this business is short-term, right? So that kind of encouragement is given through the short-term monopolies, right? Okay, right? So those are the advantages, right? You can think about more, right? There are the things, right? Simple some materials, the books, right? And what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage, right? One is the monopolies, now we know that restrict their output, right? In order to raise the price, right? And earn profits, right? What they do is they restrict the output, right? Supply, right? So what happened? That actually one side artificially price increase, right? So that is not the market, determined price, Market clearing price is not that, Artificially by limiting the supply, monopoly increase the price, right? So that actually misallocate the resources because we don't have any other firms to purchase, right? Consumers, they have to spend a lot on that, right? Utility by with those products, right? So there can be misallocation of resources, right? Right? If there exists the friction by the firms, raise the prices in the market, right? Okay. And the other one, there's no competition, in the market, right? So that may can be argued, right? As an incentive to improve the efficiency, right? We know that if there is a competition, right? So through the competition, right? Quality also increase, right? Right. And the price also determined by satisfying both the market participants, right? Demand and supply, right? Right. So that actually this determine the efficient price. Price is efficient, right? We know that there is a Pareto efficiency is there, right? And this is the market clearing price, right? But in a monopoly form, there is no such a mechanism, right? Deciding the price. Monopoly using its monopoly power, right? Decide the price artificially, right? So that there may be inefficiency, right? Because one side we know that monopoly produce at not at the minimum point of the average cost even, right? Produce not the minimum point and charging higher price, even, right? Above the average cost, right? There is a inefficiency, right? And also regarding the choice, right? Consumers, so we know that freedom, right? Consumer has no much freedom, right? Freedom of choice, right? There's another problem, in the monopoly, right? So you know that unique product, right? So unique product, right? No substitutes, right? For the consumers, right? So if there are substitutes, that means more choices available, right? For the consumers, right? To make their decisions, right? And maximize their utility by consuming different among the different products, right? But that freedom is not available under the monopoly, right? And the supernormal profits, right? So how the monopoly earns supernormal profits? Yeah, we can argue there's a consumer exploitation, right? Charging high price, above the average cost, right? Right, using the monopoly power, right? So that exploit the consumer, right? Consumer exploitation is there, right? So, price always higher than the marginal cost, no, the average cost, no, right? So that means raise the profits, no, right? The monopoly charge high price, no, right? So there will be a consumer exploitation, no, right? So those are the things, right? And the restrictions are there, no, right? So that actually limits the industry expansion, no, right, in the longer term, no, right? Because sometimes it's legally, sometimes naturally, no, right? Such restrictions established, no, right? So that is the barrier to expand the industry in the longer term through the competition, no, right? So there is no competition, no, right? These barriers prevent the competition, no, right? And limit the industry expansion, no, right? If there is an industry expansion, we can argue that that will be benefit to the consumers and the economy as well, no, through the internal economies and the external economies, no, right? Firms also can benefit it, no. Industry also can benefit it. Finally, the economy can be benefited. But all these things prevent, no, right? Due to barriers, right? Restriction. And so normally we know that monopolies, right, are considered as inefficient, right? So because they are not producing at the optimum output, no, right? So optimum output is cost minimizing output, no, right? Output should be produced by minimizing the cost, no, right? But we cannot be in the monopoly situation, no, right? So monopolies not produce at the optimum level, no, right? Because output at the profit maximizing is not the cost minimizing output level, no, right? So using monopoly power, right? So the monopoly decide the level, output level, right? Optimum output level, right? In order to maximize the profit, right? So that is not the cost minimizing output level, no, right? So much about the average cost, right? So therefore, monopolies are inefficient, no, right? Those firms produce at the minimum point of the average cost, right? So that is not the optimum output, no, right? So those are the things, okay? Any questions if you have? Any other concern regarding the advantages, disadvantages? And highlight the main things, right? Minimizing, optimum, the consumer exploitation, right? Barriers, right? How it is affecting the industry in the longer term, right? So these things, right? So freedom, right? Consumer freedom, right? And the efficiency of the monopoly firm, right? And the price, artificial variance in the price, right? That actually goes to the right? So those are the disadvantages. Then can you remember this equation? Can you remember this equation? Marginal revenue equal price into 1 minus 1 over T. Yes. Total amount is the sample source initiation stable convention later. There. They show to the industry and the things. That is the problem. Yes. I think that create competition. There are short-term monopolies. As you can say, that is short-term, right? Most restrictions are there. The principles of the British that shows that give the window opportunity to others. At the short term, when there are short-term monopolies, they cannot. But that will open the window to others to enter into the market. They know they get competition. That's a good advantage. Can you remember this equation? This marginal revenue equals price. You must now, you are doing actually do that, you must keep actually right? Otherwise, how will you do, right? You cannot come here and take the book and see the yeah, this is equation, right? It so much of time, right? To understand the equation and so on, right? Therefore, you need to first once you look at it, your memory must work right with that equation. If there's order behind that. What is the price elasticity? That's actually marginal revenue price that elasticity. So once you look at this equation, you may develop separate graph for this. Graph is like this is not the like mathematics equation that is by statistics some able solution. You are not giving the equation, but not the question is there. You must get the equation and your answer should be developed based on that. So I should find the now, what is the concept here? Now we know the marginal revenue. Slope of the marginal revenue curve is perfect. This is the perfect, not the monopoly market, right? Downward sloping demand curve, right? So this is the marginal revenue curve. Price is the average revenue, right? And the elasticity, right? We know that marginal revenue is zero, right? And the price elasticity equals to 1. And remember that graph we put earlier, right? That is same thing here, graphically, right? You can relate that, right? Because can you remember me? So this one, right? And the marginal equals 0, right? And that's the demand curve, that's the middle point of the demand curve, right? That point total revenue was a maximum, right? Right? So this is the expansion, right? You can identify the price. That price is this price. At this point, the price, right? B, right? It's made that, right? Then they got out together, right? Right, then the market revenue, guys, 1 minus 1 over E, right? We can take 1 minus 1 over E because the price elasticity always negative, right? This become negative, right? So this is the elasticity when the elasticity equals to 1, right? What is the, if it is 1 divided by 1 minus 1 means 0. All part become 0, right? So the marginal revenue equals 0. So that means this point, right? So that we made the here elasticity is equals to 1 at the middle point, right? That's the point, that is the point where the total revenue is maximized, marginal revenue is equals to 0, right? All these things, right? You must be really familiar with these things, right? And the executes, definitely there will be questions, right? Once you look at this, graphs should be generated in your mind, this place, all these equations came into your mind, right? Relationships established in your mind, all the things calculated in your mind, right? There's no need to look at the books, no, right? And answer the question, right? Right, without taking much time, right? Right. So we derive this question. Can you remember how we derive this one? How we derive this one? Because, we take the total revenue. Total revenue is price into quantity, right? The marginal revenue means the DQ over DQ. That means we take the double, right? Double. We take the marginal revenue mean, we take the product rule, right? Can you remember product rule? We take the price, differentiate the Q. That means double Q over double Q. Right? Multiplication means plus, right? We take the Q output, we differentiate the price, right? Double P over double Q, right? That is the marginal revenue, right? Scope of the total revenue, right? So we take P plus we take the price common, right? 1 plus Q over P. Q. Right? So this is the one we developed, right? So this explains the elasticity, price elasticity of demand, right? The price elasticity can be measured. Delta Q over delta P into price over P. This is the other reciprocal of that. Q over P, delta P over delta. Normally we take the elasticity delta Q over delta P, P over Q, right? So that means the revenue equals price 1 plus 1 over elasticity. Right? So this explains the 1 over elasticity, right? Right. Elasticity is always negative, right? So this coefficient is negative, right? So that is the one we derive there, right? So that explains the relationship of this in the graph, right? On the revenue, price, and the elasticity, right? So if we take this is the area, we take the elasticity is greater than 1, right? If the area elasticity is less than 1, right? Elastic, inelastic, military elastic. Right? So you can take the elastic region, right? Is minus 2. Price elasticity is minus 2, 1 divided by 2, no, right? 1 plus half means 1.5, no, right? The price is 1.5. Marginal revenue becomes positive. Big area, right? Marginal revenue is positive. There is a elastic demand, no? Price elasticity is elastic, no? Right? So that is the case. Inelastic, if we take the negative elasticity, no? Less than 1, no? Right? Inelastic case, right? take 0.5 or 0.2, like that. We can identify the negative marginal, right? That is one. So we see the relationship, no, right? Between the you should common to all inverted market, no? Downward sloping demand curve. Especially if we take the steeper demand curve, like in the monopoly chain, right? We can identify the relationship of marginal revenue, price, and the elasticity. At the profit maximizing, we know that marginal revenue equal marginal cost, no, right? Instead of marginal revenue, we can replace marginal cost, no, right? Marginal cost also equals price 1 plus 1 over E, right? So you can take the price, no, right? You can measure the price even, no? If you have some question, right? Giving these details, right? You can determine the optimum price. So this is the profit maximizing level, MC equal MR. Price means the profit maximizing output level, right? So that means the monopoly price, optimum price, right? That also we can determine. You can take the price, you take the price. So price equals something, right? Marginal cost divided by instead of marginal revenue, you can take 1 plus 1 over E, right? So this price is the optimum price, right? That means it's the price, the chart, right? As the profit maximizing, we know that this marginal cost curve, we know the marginal cost curve this way, right? So this is the profit maximizing output level, right? And then this is the optimum price range, right? Right. Here is the optimum price, right? Okay. So these things, right? Please remember that one, right? So can when you are in home, right? You can draw these the relationship, right? When you are in your home side, so like that. If you are in a right, like holes, right? If you are all, if you have like hole like something, you can place a white hole in your room, right? In the leisure time, you can draw all these curves and see the relationships. Right? That means you are really engaging your okay. That way, that please refer these things, right? These things very carefully, please refer, right? All these variables, price, marginal cost, elasticity, all these things, right? Important, right? So that is the case, right? We talk about this, no, right? You can identify the relationship between the price, marginal revenue, and the elasticity, right? Now there's an example, right? We can do quickly this example, right? So monopoly firms demand given as 50 minus 550. Then constant marginal cost for any maximizing output level equal to the price of given quantity produced by the monopoly. You want to do this? Can you? Can we skip this? But in this, we have given the demand function. Right? The marginal cost was given, right? We can find the profit maximizing. Right? Basic concept, right? Condition marginal cost equal marginal revenue, right? And the price, you can derive the price function. You need to derive the price function there, no, right? You can substitute. We did same thing. Okay. You can substitute the price function and find the price. Optimum quantity profit maximizing output level, price level of the market. Optimum company means that same thing. Yes. Question is repeating, right? So we can profit maximizing output level is the optimum output level, right? And the price you can maybe substitute in the price function. And you here also you can confirm this price equal average revenue equal demand, right? You can show, right? Right. So now if you have given this demand function, you need to find the price function, right? Then you need to find the total revenue, marginal revenue, marginal cost is given, no? Then you can find out the profit maximizing output level. And the price at the output level is you need to substitute it to the price function. Okay. Okay, you can do it, right? If you have any question, okay. You can do it the same type question now to be several times. So remember, right now in the question paper is different from the past papers, right? But you can refer the past papers, right? So there will be definitely one explanative questions, right? Descriptive question and some calculation also there, small part, right? Most of the questions carry out this type of calculation part also, right? To see the theory, you need to calculate, right? Right. You can do it like this one. How about this one? So you have given the cost function and the price function is given. Here the difference is you need to calculate the producer surplus and the consumer surplus. You need to calculate. Okay. That means now we know that the demand curve, that is the average revenue curve, right? Yeah. And the marginal revenue curve you can find. Cost. The marginal cost, right? MC equal MR this. The profit maximizing output level, right? Can find, right? Because now the price function is equal demand equal average revenue, that is equals to 24 minus Q. Also cost demand. This mistake, right? This is the cost function, right? Right. This should be C, no, right? Right. So this should be the quantity, right? This is the out cost, no, right? You can change it. This is the cost, right? P. 2 plus 2 to power 2 plus 12, right? So this is the price function, right? Now we have given the cost function, you can find the marginal cost, right? Right. Average cost on it, right? Marginal revenue you can find, have the price function, right? You can take the total revenue and marginal revenue from there, right? So you can find the equilibrium price and the quantity means this quantity, right? Price is this price substituted into price function, right? And maximum profit. We need to find the maximum profit. So that means this is the profit, not right? This is right? So in order to find the profit, you need to find out the profit function, no, right? And substituting this quantity to the profit function, you can identify this, no, right? Okay. And then calculate the producer surplus, right? The producer surplus. So you need to determine the, now you will identify this price, no, right? And this price also you need to identify, right? Right? In order to determine the, if it is the producer surplus, sorry, consumer surplus. So we take this one is P1, one is P2, right? The consumer surplus is P1 into P1 minus P2 into Q star divided by 2, right? That is this consumer surplus, right? The producer surplus means NC equal M bar this point. We need to find this price also, right? P3, right? At the minute, at the NC equal M bar, right? This marginal cost curve you can find, right? Marginal cost curve, right? This quantity substitute the marginal cost curve. You can find this. This whole area. It's the producer's surplus, right? Producer surplus means T2 minus T3 into Q star, right? So that is the producer surplus. We can find out, right? So that is the producer surplus and the surplus. Okay, so we can calculate it, right? Based on the given information, right? For these points, right? And the areas, right? Can identify and calculate, right? We know the values of prices and quantity, right? Okay. Okay, right. So then we will stop, right? Do you have any questions to ask? So we can try it, right? So if you can do it, right? Your home, right? If you have any question, you can ask me, right? You can say with your friends, right? Your answer, right? Right? Do you have any questions to ask? Yes. Okay. They're not signing through the invisible bodies here. Are there invisible bodies here? Are there invisible bodies? Right, so we'll stop, right? So we'll meet next week, right? If you are examining, right?